Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here in NTW3 with another historical battle, and today we have the Battle of Gorodechno, which is a battle between the Confederation of the Rhine. We also have Austria here and Russia, so we have no Frenchies in this one. And as a Brit, and obviously we have a natural hatred for the Frenchies, I couldn't think of a better battle for today. But no, I joke. Of course, it's a great shame not to have the Frenchies here, have their great columns in action, but yes. Instead, we do have Rainier, so we do have a French marshal in command of the Confederation of the Rhine troops here. This is actually Saxon troops, so they aren't really just Confederation Rhine, they're actually Saxon troops, which were fighting alongside the Austrians. And we do have a very famous Austrian general here that eventually changes sides and will be the one invading France instead of invading Russia, as his ranks just get destroyed there. My gosh, we have Schwarzenberg here, who is the who's obviously a prince at the time, but was also one of the commanders that the French employed to help with the invasion of Russia, and he leads the Austrian troops that are involved in the invasion of Russia. So yeah, this is the Battle of Gorodechno is one of the invasion battles. So it's 1812, wherein. And it is a French victory, or should I say a French allied victory, really. There's no Frenchies here, bar Rainier himself, who's probably the only Frenchman at this battle. The Austrians and the Saxons lose about 1,300 to about 2,000, sort of that number. And the Russians take about 3,000 casualties. So it's not the largest battles. I mean, well, the Russians have about 18,000 troops and the Austrians have 40,000, so it's quite a large battle, but not like in casualties, not like the likes of Gorodechno that we're about to see later. But we might see one or two more casualties in this one, I have a feeling, especially when you've got a gun battery like this in action. I mean, there's what, 3 gun batteries there. You've got one here, there's another one in the forest there, and there's actually one, but you can't really see it, there's another one back here as well. So there's a 6-gun battery being set up here against the Saxons. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that goes. They had some sappers or some pioneers, something back here defending them. I guess they might still be there. Those are some lights. I don't think any rush across this river is going to be worth it. Oh yeah, the stakes here as well. Yeah, the Russians are not moving from here. I don't know who's going to be the aggressor in this one. I don't really know a lot about the Battle of Gorodechno. But yeah, it should be an interesting one, that is for sure. I'm very much looking forward to it. We've got some line infantry actually moving up here. I imagine they can cross just about anywhere in this river. It doesn't look like it's exactly a fast-flowing river at all. Oh, some of these guys have French uniforms, though. Look at that. Oh, here you go. They found some Jaegers across the other side of the river. Oh my gosh, look at that. That was so close to hitting that unit again. That would have been brutal. Over on this side here, you can see the Austrians are getting ready. It seems like they're actually in a bit of a line fight now with the Russians. They're actually getting underway. So yes, I imagine most of these Russian corps are all Tomasov corps, as Tomasov was the one commanding the Russian forces here. It's one of those few Russian battles that the Russians got involved in the 1812 campaign, as they were trying to do obviously a scorched earth tactic, so they were retreating in front of the French armies as they came forward. Let's say that they're firing. Oh, we got a cavalry charge somewhere. We actually have. What the heck happened here? So a gun crew did get routed. It looks like some Cossacks came in. I don't know exactly who the heck routed there. I don't know who got in there amongst the troops there for the French, but I imagine a unit must have. Has it gone this way? Oh, it has. Yeah. Here you go. The Hussar unit actually did try to challenge and get across. How they managed it, looks like they might have gone through the stakes, but I'm not sure. They might have gone around them there as well, I guess. But there you go, a little sneaky little move. Anyway, it looks like the main action looks like it might be getting underway here. Russia is actually in a bit of a line fight here. But I'll keep an eye on that side. I'll make sure that no other dashes start to happen. Yep, Russia is slowly moving forward. Austria is quite happy with his position. He's quite happy just shooting with Jaegers. The Austrian armies don't seem particularly big, to be fair. These Schwarzenberg corps do not seem like they're that large. And they don't seem like they have much in the way of, like, I don't know, grenadiers and other stuff like that to support them against the Russian melee tactics, which they will probably be employing. They've got one grenadier here I've seen, but not many more than that, that's for sure. And we're actually seeing plenty of Russian lights over here shifting around, maybe trying to find another way across. I'm not sure. They are getting shot at a little bit by Jaegers. Got a little Hussar unit here waiting, having a little stand-up for the Russian Dragoons, which are far more numerous than the Austrian cav as well. It seems like Russia has all the cards really in his hands. They have the good defense position on the right flank, and then they seem to have more cav. I've seen a lot of Russian Dragoons moving about, and here we go. I see a charge actually from those Russian Dragoons, and they are going in against some Jaegers, and they should easily clean them up. Countercharge here by some Austrian Hussars might rout these guys. And in fact, they do. And now we have a second charge here by another Russian cav, looks like a Hussar unit itself. And we have more Hussars coming in from the Austrians. And Russia, actually, you know what? Did not do that great in that one. Lost 2 units. Looks like the Jaegers have been routed, but both the Austrian cav units came out of that just fine. So maybe they'll return, who knows? But it looks like Russia is now making a big push here in the center. Lots of infantry now moving up. Got a pretty good gun position up here as well. It just disappeared, but it's about here. They can just shoot over the top of their own infantry onto those Austrians below. Here we go, another Russian charge here from the Dragoons this time. They weren't ready for this one. Hussars as well, they've been swept aside, and into the Jaegers they go. There is a line infantry in square behind them, and that might scare off the Dragoons. Yeah, look at them. They get on red morale already. Yeah, they do not want to hang around. Now I'm going to see a counter charge from the Hussars. Don't know if that's a wise idea now. They look like they rallied, but here we go. We have Russian lights as well crossing the river. Look at that. Yeah, more and more Russian cav there. Yeah, looks like they've bit off more than they can shoot those Hussars. They're coming for a second charge of those cavalry. They might be a little tired. They might need a rest. Yeah, it seems like it's all getting a bit exciting on this side here. This Austrian army looks like it's going to get sandwiched. I mean, the Russians are coming from this side, and then they're coming from this side. They're going to obviously try and take the house here. Yeah, they're going to get sandwiched at the moment. It's not a good position. I feel like this other Austrian army here needs to do some effort to try and bail them out. I'm seeing a lot of cav coming across the little Hussar units. Yeah, no surprise. There's another big cav fight taking place here. Russian Cossacks in here. Looks like it's a Austrian Chevalier against Russian Hussars. I know they're Dragoons. They are, in fact, Dragoons, not Chevaliers. Looks like, the Cossacks have been routed, as have those Hussars. So again, the Russians are doing a pretty good job. Sorry, the Austrians are doing a pretty good job. Infantry there was just firing to its own men. Jaegers there being swept aside by the light infantry. It's a bold strategy. This light infantry is really in enemy ground, enemy lines here. And there has also been a push for the building here. We got Russian. There's a line infantry just going in. There you go, a charge. And these guys continue to fight in melee. I don't think these lights are going to survive yet. They have been routed. It's a bold move, really, sending lights in. He should have waited. He should have timed his cavalry charge so that when his lights went into melee, he could have at least got the infantry as well. It looks like the Russians over here being outgunned a little bit, but another great charge here from the Russians going in. It looks like they have caught a unit that can't form square. And the general's been killed. Oh, the Russian general over here has been killed by a lone artillery shot? I don't know. There's the artillery back here, these 5-pounders. I guess they were maybe shooting at... I don't know what they're shooting at, but they have killed a Russian general. That's huge. The building has fallen, so the Russians have taken this building, I think. It's absolutely huge. Over on the other side, also looks like there's a big push here. The Saxons are being routed in a few areas here, and the Russians are making a push across this side here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Russians have also routed some Chevaliers of the Saxons here. There's still plenty around there. And the Saxons are making a push on this side. So, though the Russians are being aggressive here, it looks like the Saxons are going to be aggressive on the extreme left for them, extreme right for the Russians. Sending lots of light infantry. You've got grenadiers here as well. It's good to see some Grens being sent forward. Lots of light infantry, some Hussars. Guns, in fact, have got across. And they're going to be facing calves. That's it. Anyway, back on this side, as this seems like that where the most chaos is going on. Russia Looks like they have cleared out the Austrians from the building here. Probably some heavy casualties though involved. The lights here just need to keep engaging the infantry. There is, in fact, yeah, dragoons just behind. These guys can rear charge them. And whether they can form square, the grenadiers probably can. Yeah, this infantry cannot. The grenadiers can. And it looks like they're going to just pull out of that one. Yeah, they're not having any fun there. Here come the Russians. They could be pretty tired by the time they get there. Back on this side here, Russia making a huge push here, really, really blowing up as well. Like, this is perfect for the Saxons, who can just pour fire onto multiple directions here. We've got pioneers in that building. They're probably firing overtime right now. They're like, go on, boys, open fire. The Russians are right outside our door. The general's in mortal peril. Oh, it must be a combat general or something. Like, guy down here maybe, I don't know, but we've got Cav going in, and some Ulans going in, trying to slow down the Russians. They might just about do it, but they might take heavy casualties. They are just like getting thinned a little bit. And the Russians look like they're in real danger here. These Ulans have come at the perfect time in their red uniforms, and that's not red usually, that's red from Russian blood. Good luck, looks like they're going to get routed as well though. Yeah, I think one volley like that might be enough to rout these guys. Yeah, there you go. That's sad to see. But yeah, Russia kind of being forced back on this side here. It looks like he's underestimated the defenses here with the Saxons, and also the Saxons are making an aggressive push now on his flank, and he's having to draw infantry away from his front line to come and defend over here. Back over on the Russian left flank, the Austrian right. It doesn't look too great for Austria. It looks like guns are about to be stormed here. These 5-pounders, they need to fire and load a lot quicker, boys. Go on, come on, fire when ready. Oh my gosh, it's already in, boy. Fire, fire. Oh! That was painful. Didn't actually knock as many over as I thought. Did okay. That was a pretty decent shot. And now they're going to be able to get in amongst those Austrian guns. Looks like these units must be tired. Oh my gosh! This one hadn't even fired. That absolutely ripped through units. That was incredible. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was, you could just about see it. I thought that one had already fired. Oh no, it hadn't. And you can see the Austrians giving ground. They've got another gun position set up back here. The Russians being super aggressive. And they're taking casualties for it. Austria here sending some good shots as Russia crosses the river. You see the general coming up. He's trying to rally his troops. I think this might be the general without a general though. Like general bodyguard without a general. So he's kind of useless. You can't rally anyone. The Russia here holds the building. I don't think they really need to push any further forward than that. Austria can just is gonna have to come forward and get it, but they might just bombard the Russians for a little while. But there you go. Seems like the early excitement not kind of over, but certainly dying down a bit. Saxony though is shifting over troops here, and he's still flanking around, as you can see. I don't know, I feel like Saxony, their troops are going to be good, but they're not going to be like insane. They're not going to be like French levels good. So I feel like the Russians probably have got a fairly even match on this side here. And the same with the Austrians. I feel like the Russians could take the Austrians on fairly easily. Certainly if they, like I said, get them into melee, you've got a good chance. Saxons over here. Opening fire now, got their grenadiers here in action. The Saxons only in a couple of years' time, literally 1 year time, are going to change sides. So Frenchies, watch your backs. These guys are not to be trusted, really. Is this another grenadier here? Yeah, it is. And is it this one? Yeah, grenadier anger, or it's probably Angers or something like that. But I imagine anger also is a key characteristic you need to have as a grenadier. Well, light's still going wide. They are really going to try and stretch this Russian line. I mean, you can see here, this is like the Saxons in the red. And I imagine, yeah, it looks like it's just the Saxons, actually. They are fully encompassing this Russian army, really, in the blue here. They really are going for it. I mean, the thing is, though, the Russians, if they can find one weak spot in this thin Saxon line, punch their way through, they have a very good chance of then causing a massive casualties on some. I mean, looks like they have got reserves. These guys sort of reserved. But, I mean, take one big push over here, maybe again. Give it another attempt. It looks like they got plenty of infantry actually in reserves. Oh my gosh, this is Penal de Ile de Rey. This actually might be a penal battalion, like a prisoner battalion. I think that might be what it is. I might be wrong. Yeah, it seems like not too much going on just yet, though the Russians are going to send forward some cav. They're going to try and get rid of these Schutzen by the looks of it. Looks like Rainier is going to be sending forward his Chevalier Guards. He's not having any of that. Yeah. The Russians can't risk losing their cavalry, I guess. Having none of that. What are the Saxons even aiming at? I mean, there are some Russians over here, but they need to get forward. They need to be able to see them, so the guns can do something. Yeah, it seems like a bit of a chess match on this side now. Russia and Austria actually engaged in a full-on line battle on this side. Well, they are on the other side as well, but this looks like it's a little bit more developed. Austria is really pounding this unit as well here with guns. And they're just pounding all of the Russian units that come close to them. That is probably their main objective now for Russia, is take out that gun position. If you can take that out, and maybe the other one as well. Take those guys out. You're in a much better position. But yeah, they're getting hit hard, these infantry units. Oh my gosh! These units are, yeah, they're just charging at guns. It's the Russian way, I guess. No retreat. No surrender. Victory or death. It's like Napoleon Order 227. Go in, boys. They actually are probably going to make the... Yeah, I thought a volley was coming. The volley never came. They did here, though. And here we go. Russia's going into melee. And this is make or break for Russia. Can I get another volley off? Oh, it seems like the morale's going... Oh, that will be it. That's a routing unit for sure. The unit will rout. Yeah, and that might cause the other Russian units to rout as well. Yeah, that's not good. General being killed, though, here. Oh, they actually managed to get back and get Austria's general, I think. Yeah, they got Schwarzenberg himself. Oh my gosh. Nice little kill there for the Russians, taking him out. Doesn't look like it's affect Austrian morale too much. Yeah, big win there. And both sides, both sides losing cav there. But it seems like the Austrians still have some, but the Austrians have really routed this Russian flank over here. Oh my, it was a little too late, was killing that general. I presume, well actually I don't know. He might have his general somewhere else, I'm not sure, but Schwarzenberg, I'm not sure which army he commanded. It's a little too late, the charge has already come. Morale's already been affected on the Russians. I mean, most of them will re-rally, I imagine. They're fairly still quite healthy, but it's like once you've been routed once, you're just never the same unit. And they're charging from so far back. Like, these guys are going to get exhausted by the time they get to the front lines. They killed like a couple of units of Austrians, but that is it. The Russians should just retreat, get back to their house. Looks like they are going to break through here actually on this German line infantry here. They can break this one, and then they can storm down the flank here. Over on this side here, still not really pushing forward too much. Russia is quite happy in his little forest. So there you go. I mean, one more volley and they might rout that guy. Look like they are doing damage. They are looking like they're still doing okay in this fight here. The artillery, though, is still doing a lot of serious damage to these lines. Russian cav is now coming forward again. feel like they did that melee charge, which is great, and looks like a lot of them have reformed. Great. So they could maybe do it again, but really you're going to need cavalry support if you're going to do this. Like, you send your infantry into melee, then get the cav in there to try and win the, help you win the melee fight. Here we go, Russian cav has managed to get behind. The little dragoon unit is going to try and get an infantry charge off it. Oh, looks like it's been stopped by the Austrian dragoons just in the nick of time. That is a shame. They have managed to rout that unit though. George von Meyer is having none of it. He's off. I mean, another Russian charge over here as well. Actually, it's some serious damage to these German infantry units here. Oh my gosh, yeah, they're through. The Russians might be through here. Another great charge there. It looks like it's going into a little Jaeger unit. Probably will rout them. The Russians have also been routed. Countercharge now coming with the Russian infantry. Helps rout those Jaegers as well, and they're through. They are absolutely definitely through now. The Russians have turned the Austrian flank here. I mean, they could send in the cab to try and slow this down. The Hussars definitely could deal with this infantry easy enough. Yeah, I mean, these Russian infantry are just barely touching the Austrians and routing them. I think we're about to see a countercharge here from the Dragoons, maybe. Then go to the Russians again. Again, they rout the Austrians. Oh, they need to hold fire, shooting your own men. There you go. Austrians going in over here with the Dragoons. They'll probably countercharge and rout these guys. Don't think they can form square. Well, actually, they didn't manage to rout them. Some Saxons have been routed. I think it's just in a line fight. It's a light infantry, they got routed. Yeah, I mean, it's just turning into a pretty sort of stalematy battle on this side here. I mean, the Russians don't want to be aggressive. I guess they can't afford to because their other allies are being pretty aggressive and aren't really having much joy. It's hard to see where the extent of the Russian army goes over here. It looks like the Austrians are going to get routed here. The Austrians have not got much left. If the Russians can just quite quickly clear up these Austrians, they can then fall on the flank of the Saxons. And the Saxons really need to be the aggressors here. Like, looking at the state of things, it's quite the opposite on two different sides. The Austrians are getting surrounded on this side. You can see the crescent formation almost forming. And it's kind of the same for the Saxons on the other side. They're the ones encircling the Russians. It's not so like tight of encirclement, but it is an encirclement, I guess, nonetheless. It's actually a cavalry fight going on over here. This could be key to who wins this flank. And in fact, the Hussars here, Renier's Hussars have routed. Looks like a pretty decent Hussar unit there for the Russians. And a big break here in the center for the Russians, it looks like. Yeah, these guys are starting to crumple a little bit. We've had a Russian charge on this side with cavalry and infantry now. The Saxons going in. Let's see how they do. There's a fair few squares being formed here, which is not great, because the bayonet charges from the Russian infantry will certainly excel here. Oh, I don't know. Chain routs starting to take place here for the Russians. It looks like, well, they actually did rout that unit. Wow. What is sending in here? Just line infantry. Yeah, they've routed them. That was a pretty nasty charge there on the Saxons, but it did cost the Russians a lot of units that they can't really afford to lose. They are having more units routed on this side, so Saxony really needs to get a shuffle on now, needs to get it being aggressive. Austria can only hold out so long. Looks like that they have routed another huge Russian charge over here. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can hold on. Russia pushing up their their horse artillery here, manned by Cossacks of all things. Or at least they look like Cossacks. Keep on fighting, boys. Form up, drummer boy. Give him a tune. Give him a patriotic tune. nothing better than the sound of musket fire. I hope you guys have been enjoying the battle. It certainly has been a glorious one. If you have been enjoying, do remember to give a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and the comment show your support. Really does help out this channel. But oh boy, has this been a good one. Oh, look at that. Oh, it sounds almost like Minecraft, like when you get hit in Minecraft. Both sides kind of on breaking points. This Austrian left is looking pretty rough. The Russians over here also on red morale. I mean, the Russians, as you can see with all these infantry here, were so intent on bayonet charging. It had worked, yes. But also, like, gunfights, it seems like they have the ability to beat the Austrians. Another cav unit over here. If you can rear charge these Austrians here, they're in deep trouble. Here we go. Looks like finally Russia is being routed on this side here. Saxony. I mean, I don't think they've actually made much of a push. They're barely making a move now. Looks like Saxony either shot some to death, or these are just the rest of the Russians have just disappeared into the forest. But yeah, I'm waiting for this cav charge over here. Broken a couple more Austrians. And they're turning this grenadier around, I think, to combat that cavalry. But yeah, I mean, the Russians, if they can try and dodge around, get towards this grenadier here, surrounded. They've got to keep this Dragoon alive for Russia. It's a very, very key unit. Oh god, there's a cannonball that just flew right over its head. If the Austrians can get this right, looks like they're going to try it here. They're running forward. Well, I thought maybe they were going to try and flank and get a bayonet charge, but looks like they're just going to go for a flank and a decent volley. Give them a volley. Give them some Austrian steel, I guess, or Austrian lead, maybe. Even better if you're going to volley at them. Russia having none of it. There we go. Some pretty decent damage. Might rout that unit. This is very much turning into a chess match as well on this side here. And the Russian player is playing with very little morale here. I like how these guns are now dueling with each other. At like point blank range. Oh, that is the only thing they can be shooting at. There's another one over here. Like, shooting point blank range at each other is nuts. Another cav unit. Another Russian cav. I wonder if that's from that flank over there. Let's go forward. And there's a star on the map. I didn't even realize that. Ah. Because the Russians are stars. Oh, here we go. Bayonet charge. Got a general getting in here. This is the general with the... Oh my gosh! He got absolutely blasted. That was the general with no... the general bodyguard with no general. He got blasted by the 5-pounders. So they did rout one Austrian. Could they rout another one here? Here comes the Russian cav. That's going to go in. These guys can't form square. It seems well I imagine these grenadiers could, but they chose not to. It didn't matter because they broke the cav really easily, actually. And there you go. Russians have been pushed back, and now the Austrians are going to counter-charge. The grenadiers going in, a big volley there into the face of the grenadiers. Might rout them. No, I don't know. Yeah, they rallied, and they've actually routed the Russians. They need to keep that up. Keep the momentum going, Austria. I don't know what this formation is by Russia, and in fact, it's a routing formation. Run away, Russia. Run away. Here comes a cavalry charge, though. They're going to go in. They're not liking seeing that so many of their own troops are breaking, so morale kind of went down for a bit. But in they go against the guns. They're going to rout those. Nice. And now they got infantry coming up. They're going in amongst the grenadiers. Yep, that's a failure. Get out of there, boys. Find someone else to charge. Cavalry again over here, yeah, causing all sorts of havoc. Can he get in amongst anything? Looks like they're going to get in here. One of them can form a square. Looks like what remains of the Austrians can form square, can cause some havoc for the cav. Really, they need to get the infantry close again. If they're going to do these cavalry charges like this, they need to get the infantry close. Did the cab break? I can't see the other cab unit, the other hussar. Might have routed. Came in as quickly as it disappeared. Look at this. Austria managed to hold on. My gosh. The real fight is like left over here, really. Saxony and Russia are dueling with each other. And both sides are in the forest, so I don't know how much they're really hitting each other. There we go. The Russians keep retreating. I think they're trying to get back to their guns over here, maybe. And again, Austria looks like they might just about turn this around. I mean, they need to get these Russian guns employed.
Your men have been routed, sir.
And they're firing canister at those grenadiers right ahead of them. I don't know whether that was worth it. Yeah, get that horse artillery out of there. It's horse. We need to go. We need to go, boys. Go, 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 go. Oh my, they might break. Morale is not looking good. Yeah, I think they're going to get him. I think they're going to get him. Oh my gosh, mount your horses quicker, boys. Oh, they might just about get out of there. Oh my gosh, that was impressive. those grenadiers were unlucky there. They need to defend this house. Just defend the house, Russia. Morale's not great, but you just need to defend the house. And there's another artillery over here. That is foot artillery. Just managed to get across this river. Okay. They really did get the guns across. Why didn't they just defend after they took out the Austrian artillery? They really should have. Russia here is just fully on the retreat. I don't know where he's going to go. Maybe to this building here, make this defense. Saxony still looks really healthy, by the way. Saxony's like got a lot of infantry still left. Some of them might have re-rallied, in fairness, but yeah, they're still looking good. That's for sure. Actually looks like Austria might win over here. By the skin of its teeth. We got some rally troops over here. But what a fight. The battle of this battle has been pretty impressive. It has really been very, very good. An excellent historical battle of Gorodechno. Probably butchered the name now. But hey, I tried my best. Russian names be tough. I'll give you a little insight. I actually, before the battle starts, I try to like do Google Translate and try and like get the pronunciation right. By this point though, we're like way into the battle, as you can see. There's not long of it left. I've forgotten how the pronunciation goes. So if you heard it at the beginning, that was probably the best you're gonna get. The Russians, they're giving ground. It looks like they're going to defend this this tree line here, which is not a bad idea. It means it forces the Saxons. I mean, they might get a tree line themselves. They're fighting across this road here. And yeah, it looks like they're sending over horse artillery to this side here. It's not a bad idea. Because, I mean, it's going to take forever for the Saxons to get their guns up, I think. Well, I'll say that. There's guns here. Yeah, these are horse artillery as well. So it looks like they might be able to get them in play. Got little hussars and chevalier guards still available. Russia, I can't imagine has any cav left. I'm not really sure about the state of their hussars. We saw take out those cannons for Austria. Got Heinrich here von Klengel. Gives a marvelous volley. What's this unit? I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Could be Foreign Deutsch light infantry. Could that be French? I don't know. It might be. Here we go. Light infantry getting ready to go in. Russians Russians over here. I mean, could they get a counter charge off on this unit as it tries to go into the building? Give it a go. I mean, the Russians in melee, though, while rallied, are going to be pretty good, I would have thought. They'll hold the building for a while. Give it a volley, boys. A good cannonade. I mean, yeah, look at that. The building they have to go into, they have to go around the side. This line infantry here, I think, is going to get broken pretty easily. You can see the Russians inside. Look at them. Napoleon, like, urban combat is hilarious. Oh, General been killed. I think Heinrich's been killed. Yeah, there he goes. Heinrich was there. He's been killed. Rip in peace to him. Rip in peace. Yeah, and there you go. The Saxons been routed. That could be a massive dent to the Saxon morale, actually, then. And there's a Russian cav. Here you go. I was thinking, where's that rare Russian cav? It looks like it's trying to go for artillery over here. There is a light infantry holding the fort down, but it doesn't look like it's going to be any use. They're just going to stand on watch by in square. Well, actually, the Russian cav did just spell her out. That's good. But they did get the guns. That's a massive loss as well. And they're bringing their other guns, bro. My gosh, they actually had a lot of guns themselves, the Saxony. Another charge from forward, this time from Grenadiers. They're going to send something a bit scarier in. Building. And there is still a Russian dragoon alive. Okay. Russian cav is still existing. There we go, Grenadiers going in. Are they going to send these guys into melee to stop them? They look like they're going to go into melee whatever happens. There you go. And the Russians hold on for now around the building. But that infantry has just been routed. That might affect morale for the guys inside. Look at them. They're patiently waiting. These are your doormen that you meet. It's two men with bloody bayonets. And morale not looking great for these Grenadiers either. One volley onto them might be great. Are they just going to try and charge into them as they go in? Yeah, look, they're charging into them as they go into melee. Not really even charging, just walking into them. I think it's their way of trying to rout them, trying to stop this unit. I don't know. You better not shooting them. Don't know what's going on there. I feel like Russia just threw away two light infantry almost. Looks like this one might get out of there alive. You're just better shooting the Grenadiers as they go into the building. One volley and you can do serious damage. Cossacks, infantry guns still firing, trying to do some damage over here. What is this? We've got Chevalier Gers coming forward. Austria and Russia, by the way, they're still dueling over here. Neither side has won. There is actually still Russian cav here as well. And a building has been taken. There you go. The Saxons have taken the building. The Grenadiers have done their job. More Grenadiers coming up. Oh my gosh, they were pounded. Absolutely hit hard there. I think they're changing their minds about going forward. Oh, they're getting charged in the side by Russians. That's why. And they're going to try and get that horse artillery out of there again. Wow, they really are like a man on a mission here. Maybe that. I think this Russian unit has been sacrificed to try and slow down these Grenadiers to save the guns. Oh, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Here comes the Saxon cavalry. And they're going to get in there and get those guns this time. They have got no chance. The gun crews can fight on as much as they want, but there you go. They are dead. And that horse artillery has been lost. Actually, it's still a decent amount of Russian cav. Yeah. This one's still alive. This is, I think, a pretty elite hussar. Dragoons here. Yeah, they've still got cav for days, actually, the Russians. It's just never-ending cav. Russian hussars going in here. Getting hit into these squares. They really broke it. Credit to them. The Grenadiers are the only ones really holding on here. I feel like the line infantry's could have broken a long time ago. General is dead. So Russian general is dead. I think it's this guy here is broken. This is a combat gen. So this Russian army now is probably even more lacking in morale. The Russian cav actually did get in there and rout some of these German line infantry. But it has itself now routed. And I think that's finally, I think the Russians only have guns here. And one line infantry. Maybe some guys in this building, I'm not sure. But again, yeah, the Russians should just, they shouldn't bother carry on fighting out there. They should just let the Austrians come for the, like, try and charge these guns and, like, come for the farmhouse. And that would have been it. They're actually sending more infantry in this direction. My gosh. The Russians just, like, seem to have endless troops. You think it's over and it's just not. Set up the guns, boys. The Saxons are coming. If you have to, just shoot your own men. It's the Russian way. But here we go, a 3-gun battery here that must be held. This is gonna have, like, after this, there's no much, they can't retreat much further. We now have Rainier finally getting over here to unite with what remains of the Austrians. Finally, Austrians and Saxons can unite. Looks like these Hussars are gonna try a daring charge. They will be stopped by Russian Hussars, though, in their tracks. And they'll be sent packing. But yeah, this battle was organized by members of my Discord. They have a great NTW3 community there. And if you'd like to get involved and join yourself, feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always, as is the link to NTW3's mod. And if you're interested as well, my Instagram. I do occasionally post there, updating you guys on what I do in the world. But yeah, if you want to get involved in some historical battles yourself, or you want to send in some great NTW3 scenarios, feel free to send them in as well. Same place in my Discord. Russia's cav here now is dueling with the Chevaliers. It is a battle of morale here. Russia looks like he's winning it, and he's going to get a rear charge here with his other Hussars. That might just be about enough to do it. We'll see. Yeah, there you go. The Chevaliers had enough. And the Russians, oh, they did rout themselves just. Those dragoons just about routed. That's unfortunate. And now, they're going to go for the guns here, I think. So, those Hussars are like, yeah, we see a chance. We're going to have to take out this little Schutzen first. I wouldn't have thought it'd be too hard, but I don't know. There you go. They routed the Schutzen. Can they get those guns? They are horse artillery, so it will be difficult. Could they get to... oh no, Rainier's over here. So maybe Rainier did not get... Rainier gets shot, but it wasn't a Heinrich. Alright, fair enough. Unless it's a... Well, it could be actually 2 Saxon armies here, I think. So we might have Rainier and then also a combat gen. Because Rainier, I think, is still alive. So I think we had 2 Saxon and 2 Austrians. I think that's what I said. Here we go. My infantry getting point blank range. Russia's now going to charge. A nice volley into the Russians there, though. That might rout those Russians. Russians are doing some decent charges down the hill, though. Routing some of these line infantry here. Oh, it's still close. They're routing a lot of these Saxons. The Russians need to just go along the line now. And that is a huge loss there for the Saxons. Are the Russians going to turn this around? This is seriously a close fight. This is so close. Are we going to see history change and Russia win the battle? We're going to see these this gun here get like charged. This is the horse artillery as well. Try and get out of there all you like, boys. Oh, they're going to fire? They might fire here. Oh my gosh. How are you going to get a volley off? No. Oh my god, they were so close. They were so close to just being able to, like, gun down that Russian light infantry. There you go. The gun's gone. And Saxony's hopes have not gone, but they're certainly very much dampened. They need to retreat back to this building. They've got no artillery, though, now, I think, the Saxons. All their artillery has been sniped in some way. And the Russians might need to come down this hill. Oh, no. Is there an artillery over here? Yeah, there's one artillery here. Oh. Shooting their own Saxons. They are running anyway. They deserve it. Cowardice is not acceptable in the Saxon army. Here we go, Russia going in again, trying to route these lights. They can't form square, and now I imagine those, yeah, the Russian cav there will just descend on those guns, and they routed before they even got into combat. Wow. Russia, are they going into the building? I think they are. I think Saxony's taken, Austria's taken the building. Just about. Got Russian cav here trying to charge these units. I think the Grenadiers have been routed as well. Yeah, I think everything got routed in the building. So actually no one holds the building right now. Kind of chaotic. Don't know what's going on. Can the Russians charge this again? I mean, the Russian cav here could definitely charge the the Austrians here. I don't know. They might be in the building. They might not be. Firing from outside. I'm really confused on what is going on here. The Russians are still trying to deal with the Austrians. Is what needs to be said. There's still one unit there. Russian cav over here. Looks like, I don't know what they're doing. They're just milking kills, maybe? They need to try and get Rainier, but I think Rainier's in this building. Schützenar. Yeah, Rainier's in the building. He's safe and sound. What you could do is you could actually destroy this building. And I think that's what they are doing. Yeah, look at that. 21%. Yeah, the Russians. I don't think it's an objective. They can just shell it to pieces. Can the Russians? I mean, there isn't much time left. There's literally 8 minutes left in this replay. I thought was there another artillery piece there, but it's not. It's just Rainier's horses. If they kill Rainier though, then that'll be a huge win. That's all that's left of Saxony's army by the looks of it. Saxony's like fully routed. Well, he's got some troops over here actually. He's got the pioneers and he's got the gun crew of an artillery piece. They do not have artillery to like look after. Could they not get in on this one? Oh no, I think they've all been run down. Oh yeah, I think they might have all been run down in fact. Here we go though. I think Russia's going in. Not sure who's gone in. Oh, it's this unit over here. There you go. The Russians took it just like that. They shelled it enough and that was it. That is sad to see. The barracks are gone. They're going to send in the light infantry to try and retake it. Don't know if they will. The Russian morale though is low. But the Saxon morale will equally be low as it gets shot coming on by. And Russia's morale just rallied. They'll probably be fine now. And Russia and Austria are seriously still fighting on here. They actually are just shelling the building.
This building has fallen.
There you go.
To the enemy.
I think finally Austria has lost the building to Russia. I think that had something to do with the artillery just shelling the building. Austria sort of holds it. I'm not really sure. They're going in again though. Russia, just gun them down, please. Deal with them. But this has been the most prolonged battle ever. Like, this has come down to nothing left. Oh my gosh, that is destroyed a lot of the building and also probably some of the infantry going in there. I don't know if Russia even had troops in there, but if he did, they're all dead now. And then he goes with the bayonet charge, and I think he's finally routed the Austrians. Finally, the Austrians have been dealt with. My gosh. So yeah, we're just going to fast forward now as we just deal with the remaining Saxons. But it does look like the Russians are going to win this. They're going to change history here, and they are going to win at the Battle of Gorodechno, which is going to be their great victory here today. I don't think it's going to stop the French advances. This was just obviously like, these aren't even the proper French. These are just allies. But you never know. You never know. The Russians might make a counteroffensive in this weird alternative universe now that we have. Or the French might just have to come to Gorodechno themselves and deal with the remains of the Russians, which wouldn't be too hard. That is for sure. This cavalry's kind of useless. Actually, well, there's a unit over here they could deal with. There's a light infantry there. Get rid of them. But there's not much left, I guess. Maybe they're just scouting to see what is left. But there's definitely been by far and away more than like 2,000 Austrian and Saxon casualties, and by far and away more than 3,000 Russian casualties. That is for sure. My gosh, it's been a brutal fight. Yeah, that light infantry just needs to be dealt with. Another cav unit. My gosh, the Russians just seem to always have cav available. Come on, lights. Gun down these Russians. Do what you must. Through the forest they come. What a battle, though. What a battle. Really has been. As far as I'm aware, neither Saxon army has a general. If there was 2 Saxon armies, which I think there was. There can't have been 3 Austrians. They were tiny armies. So yeah. So I think the Saxons, with their both lost their generals. They've got their pioneers left and the gun crew. These guys are holding on. Look at them, looking very regimented in their glorious uniforms. Actually, this is quite a nice uniform, to be fair. But hold on, boys. Help is coming. Napoleon's armies are on their way, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I mean, they can't even see the Russians. That's their perspective. Oh, they can see them just coming through the forest now, like through the hedge line now. Hit them as they come. These Russians must be exhausted. Can't imagine they're going to put them, like, a great fight in that building, but I could be wrong. Hit them hard, boys. Hit them hard. I can hear artillery still firing. What are they firing at? Not a clue. Are they firing at this building over here? Oh. The Saxons have been routed. That's the gun crew gone. So if they've routed that, this might be a bit easy to rout because they'll see French routing. That'll be lower their morale. They literally have seconds left of this battle. Can they do it? Is time going to run out first? It honestly might, but I'm still going to give the dub to Russia. They've held their line. They've held their side of the river, which is probably their objective, to hold like the river line. And there you go. They just about did it with seconds to go of the battle. My gosh, down as a draw, but I think they routed it just at the last second there. You can see they actually did break off their positions. I think they won that, the Russians. So wow. What a close fight. So yeah, hopefully I'll put up the battle results for you guys so you can have a look at those. This was sent in by Johnny the Buffoon. As usual, he is the mastermind of all of our historical battles that we do on the channel. So thank you very much to him for sending in a elite battle. This is insane. So we'll have a quick look at the unit stats. So this is from Johnny's perspective. Yeah, there are French infantry actually amongst them. Just not many. But yeah, the Pioneers actually getting 126 kills. And then the Heinrich getting 102. And yeah, then some of his French infantry doing quite well. Ulan's getting 43, but not insane kills here. Yeah, more French infantry down here, but I don't think they were very good French infantry by the looks of it. They clearly did not get kills. But yeah, I think there's his combat gen here. Heinrich got his second most kills, so well done to him. And well done to everyone else that took part in this battle. The Battle of Gorodechno is going to be a Russian victory, and history has been changed. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and feel free to leave a comment as well, guys, if you want to see more historical battles. And yeah, there will be some more on the way very, very soon. I've got some very exciting ones to come. But until then, guys, I'll see you in the next one.